Hey guys, Kev here, and I wanted to do a little Divo knives update. So I'll start off with the Stout V2 pre-order because I know a lot of you guys are curious what's going on there. I try to update as much as I can on live streams and whenever people ask, of course, but I haven't posted like a dedicated update video, so I wanted to do that. The production on the V2s is basically done. Excuse me. We are waiting on the milled pocket clips from Bestech. So the way we ordered the knives, we asked for them to come with the milled clip installed on the knife and then have a wire clip extra in the pouch for you. So that way, we ship it to you, you have the milled clip on there. If you want the wire clip, you just undo this screw, put the wire clip on, swap the screw. There's a different screw for the wire clip and the milled clip. This one has to be longer, and you're good to go. Well, unfortunately, there was a little bit of miscommunication between us and Bestech, and they did not make the milled clips. I don't know where or when, but they thought we just wanted wire clips with an extra wire clip. So we got the knives in and they all had wire clips installed with an extra wire clip in the pouch. Obviously not what you ordered or we ordered. So they are making all the milled clips now. They are estimating them to have them done by the end of the month, which is before Chinese New Year, and sent to us. So we are working on QC right now, going through the knives. We're about halfway through, and things are looking pretty good, or looking good. The knives are absolutely phenomenal. We just need to get those clips. So we're hoping to have QC done and then have them send us the clips. And we're just going to ship you the knife with the wire clip installed. And then you'll have the milled clip and screw in the pouch. And if you want to swap it, you just take a T8 bit. I'll show you right here. You just take a T8 bit. Let me get this one off. So you'll get this screw and this clip in the pouch, okay? And that fits into the wire clip slot. So you'll just take off this clip, this screw, sorry, which is obviously a smaller screw and clip, and then you'll take your milled clip, you'll pop it onto the knife, you'll drop that in to where the screw drops in, and then you just want to make sure that it lines up so the screw thread goes right into the hole there. That's what she said. And tighten that baby down like so. And now you have a milled clip on your knife and you're good to go. So that is how we will send them, just because if we have to take every wire clip off and install a milled clip, there's two reasons. One, it'll take a lot of time, which, granted, that's our problem, not yours. But two, that means it takes longer for us to get you your knives, which we obviously want to get to you quicker. And we have to put tools on your knife, which, you know, we don't necessarily want to put tools on your knife. We want you to put tools on your knife. So if you... what's going on here? So if you don't mind, we're going to do it that way. I know some people will be upset, but some people want the wire clip. So they're going to get it with the wire clip on there. Some people want the milled clip. You know, it's just going to go one way or the other. So we might as well do it that way so we can get them to you quicker. That's the plan. So as long as everything goes accordingly, they will hopefully ship to you guys in early February. That is the plan. This is the Purple Haze with belt satin. This is actually a Lefty version. And This is the one, if you guys follow me on Instagram, this is the one I accidentally ran into a staple opening a box of stickers. And I actually sharpened this myself using the Work Sharp Precision Adjust system. So you're going to have to pardon it if it's a little, if it doesn't look perfect, it's because it's not, because I chipped the edge. I'll show you where. Just try to clean it off a little here. I used some KPL knife shield after and everything, and not sure, you know. So this is the belt satin. Looks absolutely gorgeous. I did nick this part of the blade right there. You can see that when I was sharpening. But I actually put a really good edge on this. I was surprised at how awesome that Work Sharp was for a first-time user. Look at that belt satin. It's gorgeous. Deep hollow ground blade. The action on these, I mean, out of the box is absolutely amazing. I did put skiffs in this one, but they're barely broken in. D10 is perfect. I have it as tight as it would go. It's dead centered, and it is locked up super tight, and it just swings down like that. This lefty, the other lefty we did, was a stonewash with Arctic. This one is out of the box. I've flicked it maybe 20 times. And the D10's perfect, and this is the way it came from Best Tech, which is pretty gnarly. The stonewash looks sweet on these. Heavy stonewash. I really like that. These are in Van X Super Clean. Yeah, really, really good. This is the two-tone version. So we did a version with a two-tone. So it has DLC along the spine and the underside. And then it has a belt satin that is coated. So you have this two-tone DLC belt satin. We were warned by Best Tech that there could be some imperfections in the finish. We are doing our best during QC to catch anything we can. But I do want to note that it is kind of inherent with a blade finish like this. There could be some minor stuff we just don't catch. And there's definitely going to be some discoloration in the satin. That is how a belt satin looks. So I just want to make that clear. If you look at a belt satin, you'll see some lines stick out more than others, right? And that's going to transfer over when you do a DLC over it. So that's kind of the point, though, right? That you can see the different shades of color, sort of. But this one looks, I mean, looks fantastic to me. So, yeah. Pretty stoked on how these came out. The action, I mean, look at that. Again, just out of the box. Crazy. They're super lightweight, super comfortable in pocket with either the wire clip or the milled clip. You do have a little bit of handle sticking out with the milled clip, obviously. It's just kind of how it's going to go with that design. But I've been carrying this one. And I've had no issue. So I like both clips though. But yeah. So there is I think one other version that I don't have here, which is a Arctic with belt satin. And that one was only right-handed. The Arctic with belt and the two-tone were right-hand only. These two were the lefty options. That's why I have those both here. So that is the Stout V2. Hoping to ship you guys the knives early February is the plan. If you watch this and you happen to have an address change on your pre-order, please let me know. I'll update it. We'll definitely send an email out before we send them, but I figure I'll mention it here in case anybody wants to just reach out early and let me know. I'll update your order. Thank you guys. We're almost there on these. We will have a few extra of these. We ordered a handful of each lefty extra. And there were a couple dealers that picked up Stout V2s. Not a ton of them, but there were some. And then we have some extras. Again, it's mostly right-handed. All versions. We should have some extras, I hope. They're going to be $375 retail. We did the pre-order at $325. That was on purpose because we wanted the people who pre-ordered to get a good value on it as a thank you for pre-ordering. So, yeah, it's going to be $375 on retail, and I still think that's a great price for Van X, best tech with the quality here. Fat carbon, the milled titanium, all that good stuff. Yeah, so, and you could probably use a coupon at some places, so it might be a little less. All right, so that is the Stout V2. Stoked on those. They came out really, really good, and we're closing in on that. Next up, the MASH V2.5. So this is the 2.5. Let me grab a V2. I have a V1 somewhere, but I'm not going to go that far. So, these are the 4 versions that we decided to do on the V2.5. We're calling it a 2.5 because we changed just a couple things. 1, all the different versions. 2, we changed from 14C 28N to 154 CM. So a little bit of a increase in blade steel, nothing crazy, but the reason we wanted to switch to 154 CM is twofold. Well, actually 3. 1, it's different. 2, we did a couple belt satin versions, and when you do satin on 14C 28N, it tends to scratch a little bit more. And I lost my train of thought. I don't know what the third reason what I was trying to say. Oh, the growler. You guys really liked it on the growler. So we just thought it would make sense. Maybe I already said that. I don't know. Anyway, that reason, and then we added pivot collars to the knife. So this one has just the pivot, no pivot collars, and that is one of the differences. So that's really it. We didn't change anything else functionally on the knife. Honestly, I think you should be able to swap all the parts from the V2 to the 2.5. Not the V1. Some of the parts will swap, but not everything. All right, so the 4 versions we decided to do were these. Now, we do have one dealer exclusive. So this one here is a Blade Binge dealer exclusive, formerly known as NAF Sale. They wanted to do an exclusive match, and we are stoked to work with them. And thank you to Eric and the team over at Blade Binge for reaching out to us and wanting to do an exclusive. That means a lot to us. So they wanted to do an all blacked out version with teal accents. So these teal accents are sort of their color. They call it dark mode. So this is a dark mode mash. And it's kind of a theme on their website. And that's where that comes from. So you have all blacked out PVD titanium handles, teal pivot collars and backspacer, and a black washed 154 CM blade. So that is your blacked out version of the knife. We do have, when we do the drop on our site, we will have some black collars and backspacer kits. So for anybody who wants like a all blacked out, murdered out mash, you could order that and swap these if you wanted to. But I think the teal looks really, really nice. So then we did these 3 versions. These are going to be sold directly on DivoKnives.com. We may sell some to dealers or whatever, but these are our versions. They're not exclusives to any dealer or anything like that. So you can buy these on DivoKnives.com. Retail on these, I think we're going to set at $150. Now, we on our site usually have discounts available, 10% codes with certain affiliates. I don't know if NAF Sale does that. I don't want to have us really be less than them, but it is an exclusive, and I'll talk to them about all that. We'll make sure we're good. I just don't want any hard feelings on that. That's how we operate. We have that 10% kind of code there. We kind of build that into the price. Anyway, so there'll be like 150, 135 with a code, something like that. And we have 3 versions. This one is a bronze titanium. And this one has a black wash blade. So you have all black hardware, pivot collars, backspacer. All hardware is titanium on these, except the clip is steel. And then you have a black washed 154 CM blade. So that's the bronze tie version. Really liking this. I gotta say, I have a Growler premium prototype in this bronze from Kubi, and it ages really well. It just gets like darker in a really good way. Like the more you handle it, it's really incredible, honestly. The more you carry it and whatnot, the oils, it's really nice. It's kind of like the blue, but with the blue, I feel like people don't love it because it can kind of turn purpley and stuff like that. But with bronze, it's kind of like patina, right? Then we have these two in belt satin finishes. This one is a sort of standout because it's different. This one's carbon fiber. So we have weave carbon fiber, blue accents, and a beautiful belt satin. So this one would kind of match your Growler V2 if you happen to have a weave one. That doesn't have the belt satin like this does, but it's still a really nice two-way satin. But this is a hand-done belt satin hollow grind. You will notice if you compare the black wash to the belt satin, the grind is a little thinner at the tip on the black wash, and that's because I'm pretty sure these are machine ground hollow, and these are hand done with the belt satin, so maybe they have to leave it just a little bit thicker. It's still slicey, still great, just want to point that out. Now, this one has no liner on the show side. So you have 0 liner over here. And then if you guys have ever seen my disassemblies on the mash, the lock bar is literally just that. It's just a lock bar and then a little area down here where it mounts. And that's it for a liner on that side. So there's no liner on half of this side and no liner on this side. And it is thick enough weave that you're not getting, that was my knuckle crack. You're not getting like flex or anything. I'm sure if you really, squeeze on it, you could get it to move. But it's sturdy. And it weighs 2.5 ounces. It's insane how lightweight this knife is. Now, your balance point shifts a little bit. So your balance point is like right here on the knife. Where if you take a titanium version, your balance point is a little bit further back, I guess. Never noticed that. I thought it was further forward, but no, definitely further back. So there you go. So the blade, I guess that makes sense because you have the liner and everything back here. Makes sense. But yeah, it's super lightweight, 2.5 ounces. I've been carrying this one all day. I mean, you barely even notice it's in your pocket. And you're still getting a 3.3 inch blade. I mean, it's not insubstantial. Is that a word? It's super comfortable in the hand. They did a really good job on these carbon fiber ones. Makes me want to do more carbon fiber versions of this knife. And then for me, the best one is the flamed titanium. So Kubi does a really cool flame titanium. You can see these kind of like different discoloration spots. The zigzags on there. And then we did satin collars and backspacer on this to go with a belt satin hollow ground 154 CM. So this one to me is the crown jewel. I really like the CF2. And I mean, I like them all, honestly. But this one kind of stands out to me. This was the one when we were choosing the versions and everything that really, was the one I was pushing for. So, yeah, really really excited about the Mash 2.5. We'll do the drop on our website. We'll announce it on Instagram. We'll probably send an email out. We'll do all the good stuff so you guys know when it is. We don't have like a million of them. This is sort of a rerun. We've done 2 runs of Mash already. We did the V1 and then the V2. So we did 300, 100 of each of these. And then Blade Binge did 50 of these. So there's 350 Mash total in this run. I think that's a pretty good number because there's already like 700 out there. We try not to flood the market with knives. We're not out there to just sell as many knives as we can. We like to do different designs, and you know that means we have to rein ourselves in a little bit with quantities because we want to put that into other designs that we want to do instead of just keep running the same thing. And the cool thing about that is it lets us tweak the knives as we go, right? Every run we do, we usually tweak some stuff to try to make the knife better for you guys and obviously for us. So far, I've noticed they're getting better at the internals on this. So now it sounds a little different. It doesn't have the like vibration that the V1 especially, but the V2 also had it. Listen. Do you hear that? When it closes, it kind of vibrates a little bit. I don't love that. And I think that's just a matter of tightening up tolerances in there. You know, I'm not saying that'll be completely gone on every single one, but I have 4 right here. That one has just a click. Click. The carbon fiber one. Oh, man. Nice. Click. And the bronze. So they just don't have that vibration, at least as far as I can tell with the few that I've handled. I haven't done QC on all of them yet. I plan on doing that this weekend. So, yeah, there's some thoughts on the new releases coming. We do also have Growler V2s. We did another run of those with White Mountain knives. Those are done. I think they're doing final QC and shipping from Kubi, or maybe they already sent them to White Mountain Knives. Again, it was 300 pieces on that run. And then the Premium Pony Stout is also finishing up right now and should ship before Chinese New Year. So you'll probably see another video like this from me in the next, month. And we're going to have a few drops coming up. We're going to try to space them out and do what we can, obviously. But we also want to be able to, drop the knives. And, yeah, because other than the Stout V2, none of them are pre-orders. So, we got a lot of funds tied up in these runs. So we'd like to get them out there. We also want you guys to get the knives. And, yeah. So anyway, I'm just rambling here. Those are the Mash V2.5s and a update on the Stout V2 pre-order. Let me know if you guys have questions down in the comments. I'm happy to answer anything. If you have a pre-order or just have questions about the knives or whatever, just let me know. I'll answer. Hit me up on Instagram at LeftyEDC if you have questions, or at Divo Knives. You can ask us anything you need there. You can email us at info@divoknives.com. We're always responsive there. And I just want to say thank you guys. You've been extremely supportive from the beginning. We really appreciate it. It does not go unnoticed. We are trying to do, figure out what the community wants and implement that the best we can, along with, our own kind of vision for Divo Knives. But so far, so good. We're loving it. And hopefully you guys are too. So love you guys. Stay tuned, and hope you guys have a fantastic day. Catch you later. Peace.